A few months ago, a 63-year-old man sat across from me and said something I hear more often than you'd think. He said, "Doc, nothing is really wrong, but nothing feels the same anymore." He wasn't complaining about sex. He wasn't asking for pills. He just felt reduced. Less energy, less confidence, less of that quiet certainty he used to carry. And what bothered him most was that he couldn't point to a single problem. His doctor had told him everything looked normal for his age. So he assumed this slow decline was just the price of getting older. But here's the thing most men don't realize. Sexual decline rarely announces itself loudly. It shows up subtly, quietly, in ways you don't think to question. And I can tell you this with certainty. Most men don't lose sexual strength overnight. They lose the signals first. So I asked him one simple question. He paused. And in that pause, I saw something I see all the time. A man who'd stopped paying attention to his own body's signals. Because the question I asked him was this: do you still wake up with morning erections? And that pause told me more than any blood test ever could. Because if you can still do this at 60, wake up with firm morning erections, your sexual strength is still elite. Now, before you click away thinking you already know this, stay with me, because this is where most men get it wrong. It's not just about whether you get morning erections. It's about how often, how firm, and one critical detail that determines whether they actually count. Most men think if they wake up with an erection once in a while, they're fine. That's common. But it's not elite. Elite sexual strength at 60 means this. You're waking up with firm morning erections 3 to 4 times per week. Not once a week. Not sometimes. 3 to 4 times. If you're consistently hitting that number, your vascular system, testosterone production, and nervous system are operating at a level most men in their 40s have already lost. And firmness matters. If you're waking up with something partial, something you barely notice, something that disappears in seconds, that's not what we're talking about. Elite means firm enough that you absolutely notice it. Firm enough that if you wanted to, it could function. That's the marker. That's how we know blood flow is legitimate. Here's why this matters so much. Morning erections aren't about desire. They're not about fantasy. They happen when you're asleep. During deep REM sleep, your testosterone peaks. Your parasympathetic nervous system takes over. And your body runs a systems check. It tests whether blood can flow efficiently to the penis, whether nerves are firing correctly, whether hormones are balanced. When men lose morning erections completely, it's often the first warning sign of deeper issues: cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronically low testosterone, poor sleep, or unmanaged stress. And here's where most men sabotage themselves without realizing it. There's one habit that destroys morning erections faster than almost anything else, and most men over 50 do it every single night. Alcohol before bed. Even 2 drinks. You might fall asleep faster, but you're wrecking your REM sleep. And no REM sleep means no testosterone surge. No surge means no morning erections. If you're drinking nightly and wondering why you've lost them, that's not a mystery. That's physiology. Now, if you're over 60 and you're still waking up firm 3 to 4 times a week, let me be very clear. You're not just sexually elite. You're metabolically elite. Your heart is strong. Your blood vessels are functioning. Your hormones are cooperating. You're likely in the top 20% of men your age. But if you've noticed morning erections becoming rare or disappearing entirely, don't panic. This isn't the end of your sex life. It's your body asking for attention. And here's what I want you to know. Your body is designed to adapt and recover. The decline you're experiencing isn't permanent. It's reversible. You're not broken. You're just not maintaining the machine properly. Here's exactly where to start. First, prioritize sleep. Get 7 to 8 hours starting tonight. This is non-negotiable if you want those REM cycles where testosterone surges and morning erections happen. Second, cut alcohol at night completely for the next 30 days. Not reduce it. Cut it, especially if this matters to you. Third, move your body. Do 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise, brisk walking, cycling, swimming 5 days a week. This dramatically improves blood flow everywhere, including where it counts. Fourth, add strength training twice a week. Squats, deadlifts, push-ups. Compound movements that boost testosterone naturally. And fifth, reduce excess body fat because fat converts testosterone into estrogen and undermines everything else you're doing. Give this 30 days. Track your morning erections honestly. If they don't begin to return after making these changes consistently, that's your signal to see your doctor. Get your testosterone levels checked. Have your cardiovascular health evaluated. This isn't just about sex. It's about your long-term health. Now, that man I mentioned at the beginning, the 63-year-old who felt reduced. He made these exact changes. Cut the nightly drinks. Started sleeping 7 hours. Added morning walks and hit the gym twice a week. 6 weeks later, he came back to see me. He said, "Doc, I'm waking up with morning erections 3 to 4 times a week now. And honestly, I feel like myself again for the first time in years. More energy, more confident. Even my wife noticed the difference." His equipment was never broken. He was just sabotaging it without realizing it. If this kind of information matters to you, subscribe to this channel. I share evidence-based guidance for men over 60 who want real answers. Not fear, not hype, just clarity on what's actually happening in your body and what you can do about it. And if you're comfortable, drop a comment and tell me what changes you've noticed in your body over the years. You're not alone in this, and your experience helps other men realize they're not either. The bottom line is this. If you're still waking up strong 3 to 4 times a week at 60 plus, you've earned elite status. And if you've lost it, now you know exactly what it means and exactly where to focus to get it back. I'm Dr. Julia Rhodes, and I'll see you in the next one.